Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a magnetic excursion update Saturday, September 6th, around 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time 2025. We reached the G1 geomagnetic storm threshold hours ago. We're now dropping back down. A second pulse may be coming later tonight. We'll have the full geomagnetic forecast in just a moment. And the Atlantic hurricane and tropical storm season peaks right now. And what a fizzle it has been. Buckle up, lots to talk about, and keep calm. It's boom time. Most of the storms up in the Northeast, the warnings have ended after bringing 60-mile-per-hour winds and damage to thousands with power outages. The good news is that most of the power has been restored. 6,000 plus without power in Jersey, 7,600 plus in Massachusetts, and 9,000 plus in North Carolina. Not bad numbers at all. A quick look at Tornado HQ Live shows that line of storms that brought up to 30 severe weather warnings at once earlier today. Now there are none. Just one down here in South Texas. That's it. Well, two warnings down in Texas. We've got one in Oregon too. Okay, over there. So just two warnings now. One in Oregon, Clackamas and Marion County, and Jim Hogg County in Texas. But some of these areas, extreme flash flooding earlier today. We can see the ABC headline here. 25 million under alert for severe weather with possible flash flooding in the Northeast. A quick look at the tropical update. Here is the Atlantic, and Invest 91L has now completely dissipated to disturbance 1. Yeah, there is no imminent hurricane headed towards the U.S. 0% chance of cyclone formation in the next 7 days, sparing all of the Caribbean, especially the Leeward. Not so true in the Eastern Pacific. We've got a disturbance here sitting behind Kiko, and Kiko is now a major threat to the Hawaiian Islands. Maximum sustained winds at 120 miles per hour. That's Cat 3 territory. And here is the key message for Kiko. Kiko is forecast to approach the Hawaiian Islands during the early to middle portions of next week. While the forecast track currently calls for Kiko to pass north of the island, it is still too soon to determine the exact location or magnitude of the potential impacts from the cyclone's winds or rains. Interest in the Hawaiian Islands should continue to monitor the progress of the storm. You can see how close this is tracking to the islands. So we're going to be keeping a close eye on Kiko for you. And let's take a look at those warning cones. The good news is as it approaches the islands, it's going to go from a major hurricane back down to a tropical storm by early Tuesday morning. Now, if this shifts south in the coming days, well, it could be a direct hit to all of the islands. And so cross your fingers, the models stay true. Here is enhanced satellite imagery of Kiko on Saturday. Take a look at this 3D imagery. Absolutely insane. Well-developed eye, very strong storm. Absolutely a tight package here. So hopefully this baby does not shift south and make its way across all of the major islands in Hawaii. And it is Atlantic hurricane season. We are here September 6th. September 9th is the peak. And while we're still on in the Atlantic tropical storm, we're waiting for Tropical Storm Gabriel to form. So we've only gone A through F, and we're halfway done the season. What say you? Leave a comment below. Do you think this is a big fizzle? Are we going to get a lot of storms in the second half? I don't think so. I think this is going to be one of the weakest hurricane seasons on record. And now the full forecast. Well, I do digress. Let's go back and let me explain what I mean. The reason we're going to have the lowest number of hurricanes probably ever in modern times is because the oceans are warmer than normal. We stop using bunker fuel. There are less clouds preventing the sun from heating the ocean surface, and it's warmer. Now, what we've been fed for decades is that warmer oceans, a warmer earth, warmer water equals bigger hurricanes and more frequent. This is in fact a lie. It's the exact opposite is true. The only peer-reviewed literature that is trustworthy shows that during the mini ice age, we had more hurricanes in the Atlantic basin than ever before. In fact, it is an exponential increase. When you have colder surface waters and colder air temperature, you get more hurricanes. The exact opposite of what you've been told. Back to the forecast. Severe thunderstorms in the Ohio and Tennessee valleys. Flash flooding possible in the southwest. It's not looking good for Ruidoso area. That area continues to get pummeled. It's like 7 major flash flooding events in just 2 years. Scattered, damaging winds, isolated severe hail, and a brief tornado or two are possible from the upper Ohio to the Tennessee valleys during the late afternoon and evening. That threat has seemed to have dissipated. Just some leftover rain as that front makes its way off the coast. Across the southwest, monsoonal moisture will continue to bring heavy rain and a threat for isolated to scattered flash flooding through Saturday. Frost and freeze warnings up for the northern plains, including Say It Ain't Soda, Minnesota, Wisconsin, North Dakota, South Dakota, and even portions of northwest Iowa. It's getting cold. Here, let's take a quick look at the GFS model and run it through. You can see there is no tropical development on this map as we head out through the mid-September here and all the way through the end of September. In fact, almost no major weather. Yeah, very quiet pattern until finally we get here to the end of September. We could see some storming there. We do see some tropical systems potentially moving up the southeast coast here towards the end of September, but those are far out on the models, and these will not hold true. A quick look at total accumulated snowfall. See if winter's going to come early. We got a little bit of snow in eastern Canada, and then a system moving down here in the 3rd week of September could bring some snow to the Rockies at high elevations. Take a look at total accumulated precipitation, and most of the wildfires in the west will be put out. It's going to be quite a wet pattern. A new dry hole forms here over Southern California. Seismic update. No real quakes of note today. Normal activity worldwide. Good news for those living by faults. Ooh, what was that? Let's take a looky here. A 3.0 in Missouri. Okay, so a little activity near the New Madrid. Buckle up, Buttercup, as we head over to worldwide volcano news for the 6th of September. Reventador, 14,000-foot blast. This will be a short list, folks. Santiaguito to 14,000 feet. Nevada de Ruiz to 20,000 feet. Sungay to 22,000. Kirishima, it's 5,000-foot blast there. Volcanic unrest has picked up again over the past month over at Volcano. Can you believe that exists? How unoriginal is that? A sharp increase of CO2 emissions indicate new episode of volcanic unrest. And, well, take a look at those sulfur deposits. Why is he walking out there? What an idiot. So, volcano in the Aeolian Islands in Italy. Volcanic unrest has picked up again over the past month. The latest monitoring data shows, well, that the activity has picked up. Liwatobi to 9,000 feet. We've got Fuego wrapping up the list with volcanic ash emissions ongoing. And that brings us to space weather. G1 geomagnetic storming conditions expected for another 24 hours. Telemetry showing otherwise. Everything seems to be quieting down. The BZ has gone neutral. Phi angle neutral. Density is dropping. Plasma speed is dropping. We're looking for a second push from this coronal hole, which I just closed. So we're going to get a second big plasma stream coming from this hole in the next 24 hours as it moves out of center disk region. And we also have something else coming into the picture. A filament eruption here on the 5th should be arriving tonight. So that's going to push up telemetry, and we may get above G1 geomagnetic storm, in my opinion, if we've got an accentuation of the coronal hole stream and then a coronal mass ejection crossing us in the form of a plasma filament. We could go much higher than G1 geomagnetic storm. But currently, it's looking very bad. We're all the way down to KP1, and there's zero chance for aurora currently. So stay tuned and keep your eye on the telemetry, especially discover solar wind for any accentuation of that geomagnetic storm. Interstellar comet, the third one known. We're talking about 3I Atlas. The tail increases day after day, and it will be at its closest approach to our sun on Halloween. And so anything can happen with this electric comet. And if you join us in just a few minutes over at Magnetic Reversal News on Rumble, we'll go over all of the information about 3I Atlas. Is it an alien spaceship? Does Avi Loeb have anything to stand on? Or is he just speaking nonsense? Also, we will discuss the 2025 World Magnetic Model Update. I'm sure many of you are interested in that. Two great topics in one place. Magnetic Reversal News on Rumble, 8 p.m. We'll see you there. And hopefully we'll see you all at the 36th Annual Crestone Energy Fair, September 11th to the 14th, Nurturing Resilience. We need volunteers. It's a free event, a 3-day free event. If you come and volunteer, you'll find places to camp for free. You will be fed all day. And the event is free. So don't just come to the Crestone Energy Fair. Be a part of it. And we hope to all see you there. And that's a boom to knowledge. Hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Half of you watching are unsubscribed. We're trying to hit 100,000 by the end of the year. And we need your help. Do it now. Hit the button. And be safe. We love each and every one of you. It's a very busy week. Crestone Energy Fair fast approaches. A lot to do to prepare for a 3-day event. Be safe. We love you. And that is a boom.